Welcome everybody to the 10th and final nomination for the Physical Film Awards of 2025, and it is going to be for Best Score. So there are a couple of nominations here that we've already talked about in the likes of Best International Film, so we'll get those out of the way straight away. So the first of which is the score from Vladimir Kozma from Studio Canal in Diva. So music does play a large role in this because it's got an opera singer in it for starters, but also our lead character records the opera singer's performance, even though she's dead set against doing any kind of recordings of her music because she thinks it's not something that should be repeated time after time again. One performance is, you know, a singular thing, and it shouldn't, be repeated over and over again. But then that tape recording gets mixed up with another tape recording of something that some shady people don't want to get out into the open. So yeah, but it's really really good in terms of the music. The opera singing is great, and the score itself is really really good. Unfortunately, I can't play any music from any of these because I know full well I get copyright strike to hell. But yeah, it's an excellent score, and all of these scores are, by the way, available on likes of Spotify or something like that if you wish to listen to them. As yeah, I listen to a lot of music from scores of films, and yeah, that's another one that has been mightily impressive. And then from the hard boiled box set from Radiance Films, we have the score from Philippe Sade in Choice of Arms. The film itself is excellent, but the score is even better, quite frankly. And yeah, it's another one that I've had on heavy rotation ever since watching this. So yeah, this hardboiled box set overall has just really impacted my film watching and music listening for 2025. As yeah, I do believe the box set itself was the first few films from France that I watched for 2025, and that kind of set me on a route to watch other French films that I sounded interesting, chief among which were the likes of Diva. So yeah, really really excellent. So yeah, the next three are the ones that I don't think have been nominated at all for anything in these nominations so far. The first of which is from Michael Giacchino for the Fantastic Four First Steps. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Michael's work in the past. You know, he did the really well excellent reboot Star Trek scores, and that's the kind of thing that I think he excels best at, is doing the kind of sci-fi, the kind of space kind of stuff. And yeah, a large portion of this film is set out in space, and that is when the score for this absolutely soars. So yeah, the film itself is really really great. It's definitely one of the better superhero films of the last few years, but the score itself really does sell it, especially when, like I said, it comes to the space scene. So yeah, really good film and another excellent score. And then from Louis Bacalov via 88 Films, it is The Man Called Noon. So it's by no means the best film out of these that have been chosen, but the score is, again, superb. I think it's my most played score of the year, but that does not necessarily mean it is the best. But still, yeah, Louis Bacalov, great composer. I do believe he did Django as well, which is, again, another kind of spaghetti western kind of film. So yeah, do highly recommend seeing this film, but also listening to the score as well. And then finally, we have the master of music, quite frankly, as far as scores from the 60s and 70s goes, and that is Ennio Morricone in doing A Fistful of Dollars by Arrow Films. So yeah, these three films have been really really good. I do admit that they probably have been a little bit overlooked in these categories, but that is just because so many other films have been released either via our video or on 4K. And even though I love this film and the subsequent two films in the Man with No Name trilogy, um, you know, they're not ultimately my absolute favorite kind of spaghetti westerns out there. To be honest, I would say I preferred Once Upon a Time in the West, perhaps, to these three, um, and maybe A Fistful of Dynamite as well. But still, great films, and the score to this is absolutely excellent. No doubt that it was highly influential as far as spaghetti western genre scores go. And even though you could probably say The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly has a better singular piece in that, I think this overall is, on the whole, a bit better. So yeah, still absolutely excellent film, and equally as great score as well. So yeah, those are the nominations, and yeah, might be a little bit controversial in terms of some of them, no doubt about that. But with the way that the rules are for these nominations, in particular in terms of only choosing when it comes to 5 nominations for a category, only one boutique label can be nominated per category. So therefore, our films can only have the one. So I could have easily recommended one of the other Fistful of Man with No Name trilogy films. But yeah, just to keep it fair, it's one film per boutique label when there's only 5 nominations. So yeah, but nonetheless, all 5 of those have been excellent scores to listen to this year. Like I said, they've all been on heavy rotation from me. So yeah, been enjoying them all a great deal. Ennio Morricone is probably the only one though that I listen to multiple scores from films, regardless of whether or not I've actually watched the film. But still, when I'm watching a film and the score is impactful enough to actually want to seek out and play the score, which sometimes can be anywhere between half an hour to the full length of a film, is still shows that it's had enough of an impact to make me want to seek out more from the film in terms of the score itself. So yeah, but nonetheless, if you have any other scores you'd like to recommend, I'd like to hear of them because I'm sure plenty of other people have their own favourites. But yeah, this is the final nomination. I hope you're having a very merry Christmas because this is going to be released on the 25th. But yeah, the winners for each of the 10 nominations will be announced on 31st of December, New Year's Eve, as yeah, that gives me plenty of time to deal with Christmas and family and such like that, while also thinking over which of these is going to get nominated because it's going to be quite the deliberation for several of these categories. Um, quite yeah, there's several here that I really am going to struggle to nominate because it's a toss up between what the film I love or whether or not it's a specific aspect of the nomination that is what is really selling it. In terms of best score or best 4K. Do I nominate on the 4K quality or do I nominate on the film quality or anything like that? It's just going to be quite a different, difficult kind of thing to nominate, really. So yeah, but nonetheless, it does give me 6 days to think it over and then yeah, announce the winners. So yeah, if we'll just quickly run through the nominations again, just so you so you don't have to go back and see the video before. So best box set would be Hard Boiled. Our nominations are Hard Boiled 3 Pulp Thrillers by Alain Corneal from Radiance Films. Then they've got the James Bond Sean Connery 6-film 4K Steelbook Collection, Tales of Adventure Collection number 6 from Imprint, Strange New World Science Fiction at Defa from Eureka, then V Cinema Essentials Bullets and Betrayal from Arrow Video. Then the best 4K nominations would be The Good and the Bad and the Ugly from Arrow Video, The Perfume of the Lady in Black from Indicator, From Russia with Love from that 6-film collection, Life Force from Arrow Video, Night Moves from Criterion Collection, The Nice Guys from Second Sight, Sunset Boulevard, In the Heat of the Night from Imprint, Sorcerer from Criterion Collection, and Crime Story from 88 Films. Then best Blu-ray would be Police Spy from 357 from Radiance Films, High and Low from BFI, The Betrayal from Radiance Films, You Only Live Once from Imprint, Edge of Eternity from Indicator, The Lady Assassin from 88 Films, King Rat from Imprint, Bells of Death from Eureka, Stray Dog from BFI, and Shogun Samurai from Eureka. Then best label will be the nominations are for Arrow Video, Imprint, Radiance Films, Vinegar Syndrome, and Eureka. Then best physical extras, Quatermass Experiment from Hammer, Flow from I think that was Curzon, and then Sunset Boulevard, then The Nice Guys from Second Sight, and the Agatha Christie collection from Studio Canal. Best physical quality, Shawscope Volume 4 from Our Video, Columbia Noir number 7 from Indicator, The Man Who Could Cheat Death from Vinegar Syndrome, The Nice Guys from Second Sight, and again the Agatha Christie collection from Studio Canal. Best new artwork, Crime Story from 88 Films, The Nice Guys from Second Sight, Outland from Arrow Films, Strange New World Science Fiction at Defa from Eureka, and Yongori Monster from the Deep from Vinegar Syndrome. Best Film, Police Spy from 357, Radiance Films, High and Low BFI, Harvey, What's Up Doc from the Warner Brothers Archive Collection, Shogun Samurai from Eureka. Then the Best International Film category nominations were Choice of Arms from Radiance Films, that's from France, Stray Dog from Japan from BFI, Diva from Studio Canal from France, Bells of Death from Eureka from Hong Kong, and I'm Not Scared from Imprint via Italy. So yeah, really happy with all the nominations. To be honest, it's just choosing the winner that is going to be the difficult one. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. Like I said, hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. And yeah, I'll see you as far as this series of videos goes on New Year's Eve. Bye.